Welcome to the Coach Q Preview Show. I am Coach Q, and this week we'll be discussing the upcoming Week 3 preseason matchup between the Tennessee Titans and my Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's look at the Steelers first. The Steelers are 2-0 in the preseason. They had the third most points scored in the NFL. I mean, this is no surprise for Big Ben and Antonio Brown picked up right off where they left off last year. In his first two games, Ben has thrown for 465 yards. That's the best in the league, baby. He also has not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns, which is also the best in the league. All but 2 of those went to his boy, Antonio Business is Boomin' Brown, who leads the league, or at least is tied for TDs in the CCFL at the wide receiver position, with 2. And he is also second in the league in yards received. I mean, in just 2 games, Brown has 226 yards. Wow. Now that's impressive. That's 75 yards a quarter, y'all. If he keeps that shit up, he'll be averaging 300 yards a game. Those are just crazy numbers.
Forget about being known for champs, no one's for killers. And if you mention the best, don't forget them Steelers.
Pittsburgh is the city where they wear the black and gold. Pittsburgh Steelers going to the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh.
On the other side of the ball, the Steelers have one of the most stingiest defense in the league. We are best in the league in yards allowed and 7th in the league in points allowed, largely because we know how to get after that quarterback. I mean, we have 8 sacks in just 2 games. Blitzburg is back, bitches.
Just rock some more, yep. Wave your black and gold. Pittsburgh Steelers going to the Super Bowl.
The Titans, man, they just lost a tough one against the Bucs, losing to a field goal with just seconds left on the clock. So they dropped to 1-1. The Titans, man, they're putting up some good stats, but most of that comes from their reserves, as their backup quarterback Gabbert has 444 yards passing, which is 4th best in the CCFL. And the best wide receiver this far is Campanaro, who sounds like a character in The Sopranos. He has 145 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. But this team isn't led by Gabbert and Campanaro. It's led by the young and talented Marcus Mariota, who is now in his 3rd year and is seen as the face of this franchise. This kid is making progress in the CCFL development and is getting better year after year, and he can beat you both in the air and on his feet. His favorite target? Well, in my opinion, if it isn't, it should be tight end Delaney Walker, a seasoned vet who knows how to read defenses and get open on a regular basis. So the Steelers are going to be facing another premier tight end for the 2nd week in a row, which is a good test for our linebackers. On the defensive side of the ball for the Titans, well, as I mentioned, they're struggling, but they do have some talent. The 2 players that stand out for me is right end Jarrell Casey and free safety Kevin Bayard. Casey's a good all-around player who's good both against the run and against the pass. He is a seasoned vet, though, who now has to come off a few plays and take a blow. And free safety Kevin Bayard, he's both a ball hawk and a quality tackler.
Steelers going to the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. Let me hear you say it loud. Pittsburgh, go and hit her with your terrible towel.
So here's our game plan. On offense, well, we're going to attack them in the air. I mean, I'm not sure why they're struggling so much. They have some good safeties, and we already discussed their free safety Bayard, but they do struggle. So I don't know, is it the coaching? We're going to find out, that's for sure. That's for sure. But we're going to unleash our aerial attack on them, and we're going to unleash it early. Our hope is to get up by 1, maybe even 2 scores. And once that happens, then we're going to attack what we think is their biggest weakness, which is the middle of that defensive line. We really like the way we line up against Austin Johnson. We are very confident we can run the ball in his direction. If for whatever reason we have to do the opposite and run the ball early and pass later on because they watched this show and made the proper adjustments, then so be it. Because we think we can be successful both ways, in the air and on the ground. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
You talking smack, put your running back on his back. Now we're showing that you are whack and we're putting it on the track. Bad to the bone, we showing it every season. The go get 'em boys, we're the best for a reason. Everybody knows I'm still
Our defensive game plan is to bring the noise. We're not impressed with the offensive line of the Titans, so we plan to attack it. Expect blitzes early and often for the duration of the first half. If we fall behind in the game, we probably won't adjust. We feel it's only going to be a matter of time before that pressure pays off. If we get ahead by 2 touchdowns, then maybe we'll play more conservative.
mention the best, don't forget them Steelers.
Pittsburgh is the city where they wear the black and gold. Pittsburgh Steelers going to the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so there you have it. That's my preview for our Week 3 matchup against the Tennessee Titans. And as always, thank you for watching the Coach Q Show.
Yo, the AFC champs, yeah, they knocking at the door. If you want a Super Bowl jam, get rock some more. What? Just rock some more. Yep, wave your black and gold.